I am in love with human potential and how we can be rather than how we are. I first woke up to that in 1980 something when I was in the middle of a workshop and realized that humanity was not doing nearly as well as it should or it could. And that sparked me off into saying, what can I do about it? Well, the biggest crisis in the world today is not global warming, it's not genocide, it's not deforestation, it's not the coral reef, all the things you read about in the paper. The biggest crisis in the world today is a lack of leadership, and by that I mean conscious leadership, not just leadership or leaders, people. And I see conscious leadership as both a quality that needs to be brought into all leaders in positions of leadership, but also that everybody, every human being that has the ability and has the attention span and isn't worried about their survival every moment of the day, starts acting more like a leader themselves. Becoming conscious is a continuous act. In developing a practice, some people call it a spiritual practice, a meditation practice is good, but some way of quieting down and getting to know yourself really, really well. And as soon as you think you know yourself, recognize that you still have more to learn about yourself and learn that. Most of us think linearly, cause, effect, A plus B equals C. What we have created in the world is a number of huge human systems that we put together, like education, government, businesses, etc. And these systems have gotten so gargantuan that they have become very complex and very much taking over us as individuals. We created them to serve us, and now for a large part of the population, they're serving the system. And nobody's running the system. I call it Franken systems. We've created systems that we no longer control, like Frankenstein and his creature. So if you are interested in changing the system that you're a part of, let's say it's your company at work or your organization or your city or your country, learn about systems thinking, because that's what you have to do to change the system. You don't go in and take out somebody, put in a new president, put in a new CEO. We've done that many times, and we don't seem to get the lesson that the system is busted. It's not the individual sitting in that particular seat in the chair. And one of the things you learn about in systems thinking is that there usually is a place in that system where you can affect the change you want to have if you can find the leverage point. But to be skilled enough to find that leverage point in the system where you can push and get the result you want is by learning how to do that. The world as I would envision it would be, instead of living in a context of fear, scarcity, separateness, we'd be living in a context or a paradigm of compassion, love, and interconnectedness. And we can have that kind of world. I really see that's possible. A relatively small majority of us can lead the way if we start making it legitimate to be thinking more about the we than the me. When the well-being of all of us is more important than the well-being of some of us. And right now we're in a some of us game. Everybody's out for themselves, everybody's a special interest, but it's all coming from a separatist mindset. That is, that we think we are all separate from one another, when in fact we are all interconnected. And that's when we'll hit a tipping point. When we can get to that place where more of us are thinking about the well-being of everybody, then we'll be on our way to creating a world that works for all. And that's the dream I have.